it actually produces 5% of energy losses. And this 5% contributes to almost 30% of energy consumption in Spain alone. Astonishing, isn't it? Let's try to understand what goes behind this, especially now that the energy crisis in Europe has become even more crucial. Let's try to understand the surface of electric motors and how they function. So there's a rotating magnetic field and there's a plate. And eventually, we just wanted to power the electric motor, but it also ends up producing a lot of EMF inside the material, which starts producing heat and eventually heats up the whole device. And this is not good. It means that the energy that was consumed is now being lost as energy losses. So what could be done with this? We could, for starters, practically apply something that would increase the resistance of the material or the conducting plate, which is basically to introduce laminates or lamination between the sheets, or using really thin sheets instead of oil material, or introducing air gaps. This is where my project comes in. I'm working with bulk metallic glasses, which basically mean that these have excellence of magnetic properties, which means really low coercivity, high saturation magnetization, and eventually low hysteresis losses. This is not all. I will be using additive manufacturing techniques to produce these parts, which eventually also gives us the control to produce air gaps in between them, which would eventually help us reduce the eddy current losses, and that's even if it helps us in reducing the number to even 4 or 4.5% of the energy losses, that's already a great impact on energy savings. This is our project, and I'm only getting started now. Thank you.